Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, you could hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. Thanks very much, and let's get going. So 2019 has been an interesting year, and there has been a lot of backlash from fans, gamers about different games, about different decisions that game developers have made, and some of them are understandable to a big extent. Some of them do raise some controversy, but what you're looking here is those models from Pokemon game, and these models are comparing what's on the 3DS, the models on the 3DS and the models that are going to be on Pokemon game Sword and Shield, the new one that's going to be on the Switch. And these tweets here are just trying to kinda, put it between quotes, expose how Gamefreak, the game developer behind Pokemon games, how they have lied about the fact that they have made all of the Pokemons from scratch. And that decision is also tied to another important fact, that the number of Pokemon on Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to be significantly less than other games, and you cannot transfer like your Pokédex like you used to do in older games. Maybe because it's the Switch and it's different hardware, I'm not sure. But anyway, here we have also some tweets about Gamefreak, and everyone is, putting the hashtag here, Gamefreak lied. This hashtag has been trending on Twitter, and people have been criticizing the decision that Gamefreak has made. Specifically, that the number of Pokemon are going to be less. Everyone is saying, from those pictures, that Gamefreak has been lying, and that the Pokemons themselves, the models, haven't been made from scratch. I'm not too sure about the technical things here, but let's just discuss and look at some tweets here. So one of the guys here saying, don't ask questions, just consume products and get excited for next product. And this pretty much shows like, yeah, some people are not happy and they need to be vocal about why they're not happy. And I think that's quite understandable. We cannot just let game developers make whatever they want and consume it happily. Now, how to react to this is kinda different. Some people will react with their wallets, but a lot of people want to play the game and want to buy the game, but they are also disappointed that the fact that what they wanted isn't coming. I'm not sure on this yet because the game hasn't been out as far as I know, but there are some signs and some leaks suggesting that what the fans want isn't exactly what's in the game. And you can scroll down here and you see a lot of people. So here, this guy here, he says, I think standards for a $60 game is not entitlement. So these are products, not gifts. Of course, when you pay full price for a game, you're like expecting things to be in it. And especially when you pay $60 for a game, it's not something cheap. And you can scroll here and see like everyone is saying how they're disappointed and how that Gamefreak has lied to them. But if we go to Polygon, it seems like they are having a different opinion about what's happening, and the title here is big and says Gamefreak lied. So this is between quotes, of course. It's about the hashtag, isn't entirely about Pokemon Sword and Shield. And yeah, I have highlighted a few things here. You can just read the whole article if you want to. I'll leave the link in the description below. But let's just read a few things here and discuss them. Detractors who are upset that the cult Pokédex site, above all animations and reuse assets, as the smoking gun that proves that Gamefreak between quotes, lied and has actually produced a subpar game. But Gamefreak hasn't exactly been untruthful. It's been misconstrued as people pick the part of interviews that best suit their points, while actively ignoring that the developer says are the main reasons for the change. But it's much easier to screenshot images or share shoddy animations than it is to assess the balance of games the public hasn't played. Of course, this line of thinking ignores the series' draw has never been outstanding graphics. Now, this is very aggressive here. It's pretty much aggressive. And there is one thing here, like the game hasn't been released. Okay, I give them that to the person who wrote this article, and I think it just reflects what Polygon thinks of it. But anyway, yeah, the game hasn't been released, so we don't know for sure what's happening, what's in there. But using some very aggressive words here, like smoking gun, that proves that Gamefreak lied. Smoking gun, what does that mean exactly? And then here saying that people pick the parts of the interviews that best suit their points. So what are you suggesting here? Are you like saying that people are taking the words of the developers out of context? This is a pretty much bold statement to say. I don't think it's actually very nice to say this that way, because again, your reasoning here that the game hasn't been played and in public, your reasoning here also shows that you shouldn't say that people are, taking the Gamefreak developers' words out of context, because you don't know also what the game looks like, and maybe you could have waited for reviews so that we give everyone the benefit of the doubt and wait for the actual product and see what's exactly in there. I don't like the language used here, especially in this paragraph. And there is something else. It's just like saying that the Gamefreak words or statement or whatever it is hasn't been untruthful, it has been misconstrued. Yeah, okay. So the game developers are Japanese people, so the Japanese language is very different from English, and it's not that assertive language, and there is always this kind of air of mysteriousness. The Japanese don't like to use very direct and very assertive words. Okay, I give them that, but I don't think that defending Gamefreak here without seeing the actual product is any different from people attacking Gamefreak because they have shown some models. And let's just be kind of objective here. The models themselves may or may not show what the game actually is or what will the game look like, but they do show something in there. Like, why are the models strikingly similar? Anyway, let's just move on here because there is something else. So here we have another thing that I have highlighted, but even so, that doesn't entirely explain the severity of the reactions to the limited Pokédex. The truth is that there has always been a tension between Gamefreak and the hardcore fandom that posts on websites like Reddit or those who compete in tournaments for years. Gamefreak has insisted on making games that appeal more toward children, all while the existing player base continues to grow older. Fans have begged for more mature, complex, and difficult games over the year, but Pokemon largely remains the same. So let's say, for example, people have played this game, and they said that they enjoyed it while they were kids, and then they grew up and they still want to play the game, and they ask for more. I think it's a kind of a compliment to the game itself. if someone says, oh, we're making games to children, but adults play those games, what's the big deal? They enjoy the game and they ask a little bit for more. Okay, it's just like, yeah, I want to buy your game, but I'm asking you to make this game a little bit more challenging or a little bit more complex. And then the game makers can say that this game is only for children, because you obviously cannot control your audience. Your audience is the client, and the client is the one who wants something, and it's your job as a game maker to cater for your audience and your clients, and it's not vice versa. And then here we have another one. It says, then again, who would want to throw themselves to the proverbial wolves when everyone is angry? Gamefreak is the latest victim in an ongoing war between video game fans and the people who make their entertainment. Make their entertainment. Look at this language here. Make their entertainment. What do you mean by that? Again, it's not like they make our entertainment. This is an industry, and they sell games, and these games are astronomically expensive in some cases. It is also perhaps the most egregious target so far. There is something jarring about seeing such raw vitriol spewed toward a children's game with whose mascot is a cute yellow rodent. Okay, a children's game. Again, you're insisting that this is a children's game, but you have no right to say or to tell people to play it or not because it's a children's game. Pokemon has been a game that has appealed for a lot of people from different ages. Just look at Pokemon Go and how so many people have been, playing this game on their phones. So is the developer going to say, oh no, this is for children, so if you don't like it, then don't play it? That doesn't work that way. And then here we have a little thing here saying it's even more exhausting to love video games at all, and then the article suggesting that fans have attacked Rockstar and Blizzard, etc., etc. Yeah, they have attacked Blizzard for a very political thing, and they have every right to do so. People in the United States they have always enjoyed freedom of speech, and when they feel like this is something taken out from them by an American company catering for a Chinese government or market, of course they will say no, and of course they will protest, and they have every right to do so. And that has nothing to do with the game itself. It has to do with the decisions these people make. Like, the games that Blizzard make are very popular, and no one is criticizing the game itself. Everyone is criticizing the fact that Blizzard, or Activision Blizzard, has made a very bad move, ban Blitzchung because of his political views. And then saying here, Rockstar. Okay, Rockstar. You know what Rockstar did? They produced a game, and the game has very big issues regarding performance, and Rockstar themselves have apologized because they know for a fact that the game doesn't run like intended. So this is not gamers attacking these people, no. This is not like how you called it, a war between video game fans and the people who make their entertainment. That's not it. Red Dead Redemption 2, for example, was a broken game at launch. People are making it and trying to make it more playable. I think that's a very basic thing to ask. And then if we talk about certain other games, for example, Metro Exodus and the backlash it had. So Metro Exodus had a backlash, not because the game was bad. In fact, everyone was praising the game after they have played it. They have attacked Deep Silver and Metro Exodus because They have decided to put the game on a platform that people don't want to use. That is the Epic Game Store. They want to play the game on Steam. That's a different discussion here. So I think whoever wrote this Polygon article, I I would say I at least strongly disagree with them, and I don't like the language used here because it's just something that shows that the person who wrote this thinks that they know better than gamers, and that gamers are always angry about games, and that's not true at all. There are lots of games that have been praised, and when there is something wrong and when gamers call it out, it's totally normal. They pay for the game, so they want the game to be the best thing it can be so that they enjoy it. And some games haven't even received any kind of criticism at all. Everyone is loving them. And some games have received some unfair criticism. For example, I remember Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Some people, including people from the media here, from these websites, they said, oh, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice should have an easy mode. Which is, I don't agree with it, but it doesn't mean that they attacked the game because it's bad. They didn't attack the game because it's bad. They just didn't like the fact that the game is hard. Anyway, thank you for watching. What's your opinion about this, everyone? Leave a comment down below, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good one.